Hey everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Irit. I'm a watercolor and mixed media artist based in Austria in Europe, and on my channel I share all of my artsy adventures. Today I have a very exciting video. This is actually the second one that I've made, and if you want to see the first one you can check it out here, somewhere. I will link you to it. But today I want to talk to you about underrated products, and I love making these videos because hopefully you can also discover products that I think are fantastic and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about them. So before I get into it, first of all, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Of course, I would love for you to subscribe. Also, very exciting news, I will be opening the doors to enroll in my newest course, which is called The Joyful Art Habit, in a few days. All the details will be listed below, and this course is going to be quite different from my previous courses. As the name suggests, it really focuses on creating an art habit. So like this daily habit, ritual type of thing that will really help you kind of take your creative process to the next level. I do believe that so much of the really good stuff about painting and creating starts from doing it daily, habitually, regularly. So that is the focus of the course. And of course, there's going to be all kinds of fun, colorful stuff, but there is actually a lot included in this course, and you can see all the details before you sign up. Everything will be laid out very, very clearly. Yes, I'm very excited. So a few things will be a little bit different about this particular course. The registration is going to be open for a week, and then I'm going to close it because I really want us, like the first group, to kind of go through this together through the whole process. And yeah, so that's why I'm doing it this way. There is also going to be a Facebook group, which I'm really excited about. I haven't done that in a really long time, but I think for this course in particular, it's going to work really, really well. So we can support each other and kind of build our joyful art habit together. There's also all kinds of like fun bonuses. I've been working on those. They're really, really fun, I promise you. I use that word way too much. So very, very exciting, more details to come, but please stay tuned for that because I'm only going to run this course a couple of times a year. And, you know, if you're interested, then be here in my universe, so you know when registration starts. So let's start with my picks for some underrated products. The first product I want to talk about is something that I have mentioned several times in recent videos, but I really have to talk about this because I do think this is very, very unique. And if, like me, you enjoy working with paint that has a matte finish, and you also enjoy then going over it with pencils and pastels, like doodling on top, mixed media, I think you're going to love this. And a lot of you that have tried these after my videos, you've been telling me like how much you love this paint. So what I'm talking about is Flashe paint from La Franc Bourgeois, I'm going to say. This is a French brand, and this is labeled as vinyl paint, so it has a little bit different formula. In practice, I don't see any difference of using it. I think if you start like mixing it with acrylic paints, I think it won't love all paints and it might like split on you or something like this. But I usually just use it on its own. I don't really mix it, or I mix within the brand, and I haven't had any issues. The beautiful thing about this paint, as I said, is the finish. Now there are several paints out there. They're usually called matte acrylic paint or acrylic gouache. The gouache part just kind of hints on that matte finish. So there are other options out there. mostly I think the most popular one is from Holbein, which they have their acrylic wash. The color range of that line is amazing, but this is better for like layering. It just, pencils go on this better than on any other matte paint, and I've tried, and for sure on any like regular acrylic paint, which tends to be semi-glossy. So if this sounds like something you might like, I highly recommend grabbing at least one color to try. The shades that I really love, the color range is okay, it's not amazing. I really like their opaque colors. I'm not such a huge fan of their transparent or semi-transparent colors, so that's just what I personally like. And a few colors that I think really shine in the range is this one. This is gorgeous. This is Veronese Green Hue, and you can see it's like this gorgeous minty color. And then there is Royal Blue, which is basically ultramarine with white, but it's really, really pretty. And then they also have some really nice options of like these really interesting neutrals or semi-neutrals that are very, very light. And this one is a great example. This is Pink Gray. So I don't know if you can see, but it just has a hint of a pinkish hue and a little bit of like grayness to it, and I love it. There's also Green Gray, which is another beautiful option. So I highly recommend trying these, and yeah, let me know what you think. The next thing I want to talk about, it's kind of in the same realm of matte paints, are these Luminous colors from Holbein. So this is actually from their regular acrylic paint, like regular heavy body acrylic paint. The thing about these is, first of all, the colors are incredible. These are like fluorescent colors. And my favorite is Luminous Rose. This is like, I love this color so, so much. Now, what I discovered, which I think it's only true to the Luminous colors in this range, is that they also have a matte finish. My guess is it probably has something to do with the pigments or something, but I love acrylic paint with a matte finish, as you probably understood already, and these ones have that. So if you love acrylic paint that is very, very bright, and these are fantastic also for like mixing with other colors. If you use a regular color palette and then you just add a pop of these, they're fantastic. I don't see like people talking about these too much. There are other luminous colors, I think 6 in total, something like this. The Luminous Rose is my favorite, but there are other shades, and again, they have a matte finish. They don't work as well as these with pencils on top, but they are beautiful, and I've really became kind of obsessed with Luminous Rose. Shocker, right? It's the acrylic sister of my Ride or Die Pink, which is Bright Rose from Holbein in watercolor. Okay, staying with Holbein, I wanted to mention these because I don't see anyone talking about these. These are Holbein's acrylic inks, and this is just like, you know, liquid acrylic paint. But I don't see anyone talking about these, and what's nice about them is that they come in these huge bottles. A lot of companies have acrylic inks. Liquitex has a great range. Schmincke, I think, also has. Golden are like super famous with their high flow acrylics and liquid acrylics, and those are fantastic. But these have like really nice big bottles, and they're not as expensive as Golden, if memory serves. For sure not in Europe. And they also have like this nice like twisted cap, so very, very user-friendly. It does get a little bit messy, but better than most. And they have like some nice colors. Probably the color range is not as amazing as Golden's, and definitely not as their acrylic wash color range, but I just think these are a really good kind of economical option for acrylic inks. If you really enjoy painting with like fluid acrylics, then check out these. I have a few colors and they're really, really lovely to use, so I wanted to mention them. Next, I want to talk about watercolors, and I know that a lot of people know this brand, and it's just kind of relatively new to me, mostly because it's very hard to find it in Europe. So I actually ordered mine from the US, and I'm talking about the Vinci Watercolors. I know people know this brand and love it, but I feel like it deserves more love for several reasons. The number one reason is how economical it is, and the prices are fantastic. I got mine like a week ago and they had some sale on the website, on the Da Vinci website, and these are amazing, and you can find a lot of these colors in these large 37 milliliter tubes, which I love. So I highly recommend trying it if you haven't already. I switched my Daniel Smith Moon Glow with Artemis. They're very, very similar in my opinion, but this one is just like a smidget prettier in my opinion, and it comes in this larger tube, so I actually got a lot more bang for my buck with this. And then I have absolutely fallen in love. This is like, for me, like one of the best discoveries that I could add to my palette, which is a new bright pink, and this one is called Opus, and you can see how it looks in the video where I'm swatching these, but it's just like this beautiful, beautiful, very bright pink that is not garish at all, and I'm completely obsessed with it. And now I have like 2 pinks in my palette, and I don't even know if I need anything more. I have Bright Rose from Holbein, which is a very, very blue pink, and then I have Opus, which is slightly less blue. It's a little bit warmer. So I'm really happy with these. I also picked up a couple more of the colors. This is their French Ultramarine red shade. I love ultramarine blue. French ultramarine is like my go-to blue, and I love that they have a red shade. It's just like slightly redder than the usual one, which I love. So this is like my perfect blue. I usually don't need another blue in my palette. That's just me. So that was a very, very happy discovery for me. Okay, my penultimate underrated art supply are Dagger brushes. So these are brushes that you can see the tip. They are sometimes called Dagger, sometimes Sword, but I love these. I find them to be so versatile, so easy to work with, and I pretty much use kind of these 3 brushes in everything that I paint. This is like my workhorse on larger paintings. This is a handmade brush by Tracy Lebenson. It is the Wangai Orange Synthetic with, this is like 4 centimeters, so I think 1.5 inch, I want to say, bristles. And that's like my workhorse. But whenever I'm working actually a little bit smaller, or I finished what I can do with that brush and I want to add more detail, I grab a Dagger brush. And for anything sketchbook, swatching, that sort of thing, I really, really love this brush. So these are my 2 favorites. And this one is the Royal & Langnickel Mini Majestic 1/4 inch Dagger. And it is so nice to paint with and hold. It is small, but very, very ergonomic, it feels like to me. I love this brush. And then for my paintings, usually this would be like my detail brush. This is the Tintoretto Sintetico Ambra 897, and this is number 6. And I just love this brush. And the reason I say underrated is I know several artists that use Dagger brush and love them, but I do feel like mostly we hear about round brushes and flat brushes, and I just wanted to make sure that you know you have more options. And especially if you enjoy expressive strokes, yeah, kind of more like loose painting, I really think you should try adding a Dagger to your arsenal of brushes. And then the last thing I want to talk about today is something that is a little bit less exciting, but it's one of those things that if you find a surface that works for you, it is such a pleasure, and it just makes everything simpler when you have that like a to-go supply. So to me, and the thing I'm talking about is this surface from Hahnemuehle. So this is their oil acrylic paper. It's more of like a canvas. It says oil acrylic with linen finish and special surface refinement for oil and acrylic painting, acid-free, age-resistant. This is 230 grams per square meter, 110 pounds, and I just love painting on it in acrylics, but also in oils and combination of these two. What is nice about it is that especially in Europe, because this is a German brand, this is very inexpensive. Now, I have tried other canvas type papers and I like this one more. I just like the feel of it. So if you think this is something you would like to try, it's not, you know, a huge investment to give it a go. And you might find a surface you really, really enjoy. And that's how I feel about it. So this was just like a plaything. And also when you're painting with acrylics and oils, sometimes it can get very expensive to only paint on canvases or, you know, like wood boards or gesso boards. And this is a very affordable option to still have a really nice surface. Of course, you can tape it up on like foam or a board. I can't be bothered, but I just wanted to mention it because I don't think I've seen a lot of people talk about this. Yeah, try it and let me know if you like it as much as I do. And that is it for today. I think I'm looking around to see if I have anything that I feel we should be talking, like that I feel we should be talking more about. Yes, I remembered another one. I want to talk about Charvin's acrylic paints. So I have these two. And Charvin is a French brand, and I think they're mostly known for their oils. I have a bunch of their oils and they are really, really glorious. But a lot of people don't paint with oils. And they also have acrylic paint, and what is nice about it is that the colors are pretty much the same. They have the most beautiful colors. So if you're like me, if you are the kind of person who gets really excited and really inspired when they have some convenience colors in their stash, kind of just ready to go, that you don't have to always mix them, and also like me, you actually don't paint a lot with, you know, primary colors. So most of the colors that you use, you would have to mix them if you were just using like a basic primary palette. I love discovering really, really beautiful colors. They tend to be mostly like in that tertiary areas of the color wheel. And just Charvin has some beautiful options. So as I said, I have mostly their oil paints, but I did grab a couple of their acrylics to try them. The consistency is beautiful. These are not as matte. They are kind of satin finish, maybe even semi-glossy. But the colors are glorious. So this one is Tropical Green, and this one is Ava's Pink, and I just want these colors in my life forever, but these are just two out of, I don't know, 200? It's definitely, I'm guessing for most of you, this is a splurge. So what I would do, if possible, this is not easy to find, sadly, I would look at color swatches and, you know, not have this necessarily as like your go-to paint brand, but rather find those specialty colors. They have just glorious colors, also beautiful semi-neutrals and kind of more muted colors. They really know how to do color. Leave it to the French, right? So maybe try these and just add some glorious French paint to your palette. You can see how excited I get. when I can talk about pretty colors. I just want everyone to have the most beautiful palettes, and a lot of that, we'll be talking about a lot of that in my upcoming course. So that is it for today. Thank you so, so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and all kinds of exciting things coming. I'm working on some great freebies for you, some great resources, and I will keep you updated on everything. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.